Oh, well, hello there, everybody. Today, I'm going to maybe not necessarily do all of '03, but I wanted to continue the 40 years of Phish. And kind of got hung up on, I do have quite a few 2003 videos on the channel already, but I got hung up on Hampton and Miami, specifically January 2nd, Hampton, December 28th, Miami. December 28th, Miami was a show I always remembered liking, and while it held up, it was still good, but there was definitely some head scratching moments and maybe some signs of things to come. While at the time I remember it felt like it was better than the holiday run that was just like a month earlier. I remember just being like Mike had to take over the band. Well, yeah, we'll start with the Hampton show, one that I did not remember liking, and I also feel like maybe overall just the feeling was okay. Maybe it's gonna take them a while. Like people were real excited. I had some friends that made the trip to Hampton. One of them did not have a ticket. He never scored a ticket. So people were very excited. And then you got some new, I'm trying to like, well, what was it that we didn't like? Because I re listened to it and the sound wasn't great. It was like they didn't have that quite figured out yet. It almost like, I don't know, man. Just even the Live Phish, the official soundboard release, it's just is like real noisy. It's just like everything's too compact or something. If you just like the run like an antelope, if you just wanted to maybe isolate an ear and focus in on one guy, it was nearly impossible. Um, so I don't know what was up with that exactly. If just maybe it's just technology has gotten better. I mean, this was 2003, man. They had good recording equipment. I don't know. It just sounded not great, really. But then, I mean, the show started out with Chalk Dust, Bathtub Gin, It's Ice, and Back on the Train, and all four of those were really good. The Chalk Dust, the Gin, the Back on the Train, definitely Gin and Chalk Dust, both. But so then I was like, well, what was it that people didn't like? After that, the set was just okay. Round Room, I suppose, a song people didn't jump on right away. I know now there's some Round Room fans, but at the time, I think people were like, more of this, huh? Stash also, a decent stash there in the first set, but that was another one, just like the more chaotic the moment in the song was, the worse it sounded. And then 46 Days, that opened the second set, a 21-minute 46 Days. And well, now 46 Days is one that they just kind of slam home whenever they play it. Back then, especially at the It Festival again here, they just wanted to use it like it was a Piper or Sand or Light or one of those songs, man. It's not 46 Days Job. Then it followed up with a simple that just says like, all right, all right. Then my friend, popular songs, Thunderhead, while Trey had played it before. This was its Phish debut. Then the Mexican Cousin Encore. I think people maybe just weren't loving the album at that time. I don't know. I got the Cavern. Like I said, the Antelope didn't sound great. So it's not that the playing was real bad. They even kind of found the spot in several of the jams, but I just kind of remember people thinking they hated it, but I just remember people thinking, okay, it's gonna maybe take a while. Like that wasn't what we thought. We got really excited. We thought we were gonna get some major, just like all-time shows. I guess I don't know. So I'm surprised that when I went back and listened to it, I was like, this is actually pretty good. Overall, it got a 3.4 rating on .net. Again, not that that means everything. Over 150 fans had voted and or rated, I guess I should say. So that's like a pretty good, there's a little set there of some data to go by. I don't know, just maybe just people had expectations were so high because it seemed like maybe more of a 3.9, 4.0 type of show, I guess. Not era wise, rating wise. You get below a 3.5, we're leaning in towards like this was a bad show territory. Below a 3, it's awful. I don't think this was anywhere near that. I'd maybe, yeah, 3.9 I would have felt maybe even a 4, all things considered. Guess you're not supposed to consider all things, though. You're supposed to just listen to the show. Don't cut them any slack. I don't care how long they were off. So now let's hop all the way, if I can figure it out. Yes, here we go, rather easily. My problem with 1228, I was like, oh, man, and I remember really liking this show. So it starts out with the David Bowie that was okay, but it also just started out bizarrely. Like I don't know, like I don't know what they were doing, man. It was like a late night set or something. They were just kind of doing something, and then eventually Bowie started. So Tweezer early. It seemed like the jamming was early in the first sets too. And then we just get a lot of ho-hums bouncing. Then we got a jammed out Frankie Says, but then, after seeing what happened later on, we also got, after a pretty cool Jaboo, one of the reasons probably why I still like Jaboo, we got this Suzy Greenberg. Now, turns out to be a 19-minute Suzy Greenberg. It was like, if you're an About to Run fan, this was like if you just got a hardcore jammed out About to Run. That's what most of the Suzy Greenberg was. But after the first verse and the first Suzy, the first chorus, it's like Trey just, I don't know what happened. Trey just completely quit playing. I don't know if we had ourselves like a Sid Barrett moment or what. So then the other three guys in the band are playing Suzy Greenberg for 10, 15 seconds or so. And then Trey just kind of jumps back in, but not to the song. He's just jamming at that point. So that's what I mean. And while it turned out great, that's all those years of experience, a whole nother year under their belt. I think that should have been like a major red flag, though. Like, why did Trey just stop playing Suzy Greenberg after the chorus? I feel like he was just, we were leaning into Trey starting to abuse some drugs, and I think he just forgot what the hell was going on. He was like, well, I can still jam. I can't remember the song, but. And then a Friday, yet another Friday, then Sleeping Monkey. I think maybe it was this was also the one, to Love You. I think back then I chalked it up as like funny and cool, but Fishman totally forgot the lyrics to Love You, and then he was just like, who gives a fuck, give me the vacuum. I think that was also maybe a sign that was like, who cares, man, whatever. It's just, we're just putting in a night's work. It's kind of was the vibe I was getting. So I don't know, that Suzy Greenberg, definitely, you should go check that out. If you haven't heard that in 20 years, 12/28/03, Suzy. That is a must listen, I feel. And maybe even the Love You by Fishman, if you got the Live Phish app. And then the Hampton show, like, am I crazy? It wasn't that bad, right? It was like above average, goodish. It seemed like it was rated below average, baddish. And then while this show, I don't even remember the rating. I think it was a 4.0 or above. I don't know. Miami, man. All right, guys. Boom. That's all I had for 03. We started in Hampton. We ended in Miami. I am in Miami. Boom. Again. That's I can hit you with a couple booms some mornings, Thanks for watching. Steve, hope you made it. My man.